Good morning, friends. Our daily devotional will begin in just a few moments. Good morning, friends. On Zoom and YouTube, we'll begin in just a moment. And I'm adding the Facebook folks now. Good morning, friends on Facebook. We'll begin our devotional in just a moment. Good morning and welcome to our daily devotional from Pilgrim Congregational Church. I'm Patrick Horn. Very glad to have you along with us on this Friday, April 9th, 2021. And we've been looking at John chapter 12, verses 19 through 31 this week. And I would like for us this morning to focus on the last two verses in this passage, which address the purpose of the book. So this is John 20, verses 30 and 31. Now Jesus did many other signs in the presence of his disciples, which are not written in this book, but these are written so that you may come to believe that Jesus is the Messiah, the Son of God, and that through believing you may have life in his name. So this is chapter 20 has, of course, several important stories in it. It's the account of the resurrection. The chapter begins with the account of the resurrection, where Mary Magdalene and Peter and John went to the tomb and found that Jesus' body was not in the tomb. And then after that, Jesus appeared to Mary Magdalene. And then Jesus appears to a group of disciples, not just limited to the 12 or at this time the 11, but including a number of his closest followers. And then we have the story of Thomas, which we've talked about this week. And then the chapter concludes with these two verses that seem to be about the entire book of John, because it explicitly says that there are a lot of signs that are not written in this book. There are many other signs that that Jesus did. And then it says, but these are written so that you may come to believe that Jesus is the Messiah. And I think that this is a really important passage for those traditions like ours that take the Bible very seriously and take it as a work of authority in our lives. And it certainly is that. It should cause us to reflect on the role of the Bible in our community and in our lives individually. It should, I think, reinforce the very strong notion that that the Bible is to be a work of authority, because it's a vessel. It's a vessel by which the stories of Jesus and the stories of many, many people in whom God has worked are present. That is, these stories are come to us through the Bible, and so it is authoritative. And so I want to emphasize, I think, first of all, that the Bible is authoritative, and these verses give us an indication why. And I'd go on to make the second point that the why here, why is the Bible authoritative, is because it is a vessel by which, that is, its truth is its power to make the presence of God real in a community through Jesus Christ. So it's there have been a lot of fights, as you may know, over the Bible. That is, the role that Bible should have in the church and what we should think of the Bible. And I think these verses make it fairly clear that it's that the role of the Bible is not about getting all the facts and the history correct, although we should take those ventures seriously, but that the point of the Bible is that that God's presence in Jesus is made known to us and becomes available to us, and that the truth is in that power to make God present. If we try to make it about facts and getting the history right and insisting that people accept the book as more like a textbook or a history book, then I think we are falling into the same problem that Jesus dealt with in his ministry with those who were looking for signs. Several references in the Gospel of John in which people are looking for signs. In fact, very early on, when he was in Capernaum, Jesus said to this official in Capernaum, unless you see signs and wonders, you will not believe. But then in chapter 12, it says, although he had performed so many signs in their presence, they did not believe in him. And so the Gospel of John makes it clear that that faith is not really about signs. Faith is not really about getting all the facts correct or getting some sort of sign that will confirm your belief, but rather faith is about the power of the presence of God in your life to believe even if you don't see. Remember, that was the message from Jesus in verse 29, that blessed are those who believe and have not seen. So a really important verse, I think, about the authority of the Bible in our lives, while at the same time reminding us that the whole point concerns the walk of faith. Let's close with this word of prayer from W.E. Orchard. O Father, who has ordained that we be set within a scheme of circumstance, and that in stern conflict we should find our strength and triumph over all, withhold not from us the courage by which we are able to overcome. Still our tongues of their weak complainings, steel our hearts against all fear, and in joyfully accepting the conditions of our earthly pilgrimage, may we come to possess our souls and achieve our purposed destiny. It has pleased thee to hide from us a perfect knowledge, yet thou callest for a perfect trust in thee. We cannot see tomorrow, we know not the way that we take. Darkness hangs about our path, and mystery meets us at every turn. Yet thou hast shut us up to final faith in goodness, justice, truth, that loving these for themselves alone, we may find the love that passes knowledge and look upon thy face. Oh, suffer us not for any terror of darkness, or from any torment of mind to sin against our souls, or to fail at last of thee. Amen. Thank you so much for joining us this morning from Pilgrim Congregational Church. I'm Patrick Horn, and I hope you have a great day. Goodbye.